Great to have everybody here. I'm glad that everybody made the trip out. Some people came from Wisconsin, some from Toledo, some from Fort Wayne. Garrett even. We have Garrett represented here. Hard to believe. Ossian. Yeah, Ossian. So, but I want to thank you all for coming. I'm glad to have you here. We want to take a little bit of time just to kind of give you a brief update of the company. And I'll let Bill is our Director of Sales, Owen is our VP, and then Beth is our Director of Operations. And so I'm going to let them each speak a little bit about their involvement, and then we will have John Majeski talk a little bit about this new project that we're working on with Vescor. We did a press release this morning that talked about some of the projects and our partnership and working together in the scrap industry. So they will talk a little bit about that, and then I will come back up and just do a brief recap. So there's Owen.
Great. Let me warn you ahead of time, Kurt already knows it. The definition of a New Yorker is, if you're willing to listen, I'll keep talking. So Bill's job here is to pull the can and get me off the stage. Well, let me tell you a little bit about this. I've spent the last 3 years, and I did almost 2 years of moonlighting. I was the Chief Operating Officer of Coffee Beanery, and 3 years ago, by chance, we were doing a coffee presentation to Sears to roll out a frozen coffee program in all the Kmarts. And I brought a vendor in from the West Coast, and to make a very long story short, he spilled coffee over his white shirt, which I told him, by the way, not to wear because Sears was very business casual. The vendor in there said, "Don't worry about it, I got it covered." And I looked at her straight in the face and I said, "You got a box of Tide in your purse or something? Is there something magical?" I've been in the coffee business for a long time, and I've never taken a stain out of a shirt. And she told me to take my New York personality and put it in the parking space. She could have just as easily said, "Shut up," and I would have listened to her. And they pulled a little wipe out of a little foil pack and took every single stain out of his shirt. The director of food service, the buyer for food service, me, and one other person, our mouths were agape, and we'd never seen anything. I've always been curious. I like to find out things and hear a little information, like what John was saying about the steel industry. It just fascinates me that technology is coming into every aspect of our life. Make a long story short, I was so fascinated that I went down to the company because all I wanted to do was learn about this. And by the time I walked out of there, I said, "Listen, I'm a management. I've done food service my whole life, but I want to get involved in this. This seems to me on the cutting edge, and I believe that the only way in the world that we make a difference is one person at a time." And it's like in politics, nobody wants to vote because they don't think their vote counts. Well, we all count. And I met Jared when I was arranging a deal with the enzymes for South Korea, and we just hit it off, and he was a straight shooter and said, "I'd like to help you. I don't know what that means quite yet, but I'd like to help you." And he's given me the opportunity to spread the word, and I'm learning a new business, and I've been able to take it to Korea, to China. We just concluded a deal I've been working on for 2 years for all of Western Canada, and I believe we're at the cutting edge of change, and I believe that everyone's starting to get wise to what sustainability is, and we no longer have the privilege of dumping garbage in our backyards and just looking over that we have plenty of land and it's not going to go away. I believe if each one of us makes a difference, we can change the world. And what Jared's got me excited, not only can we change the world, but we can make a lot of money and save money for our valued customers doing it. And I'm just honored and privileged to be part of you're seeing the infancy. It's kind of like, I imagine what Bill Gates must have felt with his original team. And I think it's got this much potential, and I plan to do this the rest of my life.
My name's Beth Fields, and I've oh, that's fine. I met Jared through my husband Greg. He's one of my husband's clients. I was involved with the startup, and we grew the company to $60 million within 10 years. Yeah, I've been involved in the design of the manufacturing area here with their limited space.
And her along with Julie in the back there. Mm-hmm. They comprise our production team. They're the ones who, all the bottles and everything that you've seen, every package on that table, they're the ones who bottled it and labeled it, etc. So
and they've done an incredible job.
They have done a wonderful job. Decorations on the walls, that was their fault too. So. My name is Bill White. I'm Director of Sales, as I know a lot of you have heard. I guess this is kind of what I want to talk about. This is our first retail project, if you will, and if all goes well, we'll be shipping 2-3 million units by the end of the year. My specialty has been the coffee and food service business in the C-store industry. And so we're using all of our contacts that we've got, his, mine, Jared's, and other people's, to kind of get it out there. That's kind of it.
Awesome.
So, good job.
And it's really a lot more than just a stain pan. That's kind of what Bill's been putting a lot of his time into. But you know, all the products, he was an integral part in getting this into the Shell and Marathon chains, along with Owen, through the Michigan show. These are some of the food service products that we have: the floor cleaner, the glass cleaner. This is a new product that we did. It's going to be very popular. It's an all-natural laundry detergent. Works fantastic.